Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're gonna play with some more Create Above and Beyond. So here I am, stepping foot back in our Create world, and today is a special day. Today is episode 20, which means it is World Download Day. So if you are a supporter of any tier, that includes Patreon, Twitch Prime, all kinds of different ways. Even on the Discord, we now have Discord premium memberships. You guys have the ability to get access to the World Download as a thank you to me for supporting this channel. Yeah, those are going to be all posted on the Discord. So of course you can find that link down in the description below. All you have to do is join the Discord and you will find the World Downloads channel there, so long as your accounts or so on are linked there in the Discord. So anyways, let's get on with today's video. Next up on our list of contraptions that we need to make is going to be the sand stuff. Now, this is sand delivery, and I think it means sand delivery for one reason. I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of sand backed up at my base. So I went ahead and put a wrath node down here so I can use my ender staff, and this teleports me back. You can change modes by looking at the ground or just looking in the air and shift left clicking, and you can see the one with the wrath node there in the bottom right hand corner. That's the one that I need set to, and I can teleport here. But let's look at our sand. Yeah, I think we have a lot of it there, because I also have this voiding, by the way. So this is also voiding, but I do have upgrades in here that allow it to have more than 32 stacks of items. This has 384 stacks of sand in it. So quite a bit of sand, and I think I can go ahead and actually pipe that out instead of making a new system. And I'll just pipe it out of the side of this building, and or actually I'll probably pipe it out the bottom and then pipe it underground to wherever we're going to start our next process. So sand, we can go ahead and mark that off our list because we do have access to it. But now we need to turn it into a ball of sand. So we need some way, it looks like, to drop it onto the washer, and then this ball of sand then gets washed in the item draining, which is going to produce water. So we are going to need a way of somehow getting rid of the water, probably using another nullifier. And I think I can upgrade the nullifier. I don't know if these, I don't think the nullifier can accept an upgrade to allow the sides to work. So I could have set this up and had this pipe the fluid in, but we are going to need another nullifier for the water, probably. That is probably going to be a thing. So we can do that, and that's going to produce the two things we actually need. Actually, does it produce water? Let me see. This is going to drain. No, it doesn't produce water. It produces fine sand, which fine sand is a product that we're going to need. Ah, okay. And so this, the next process along with this, is going to use the fine sand that is generated. So that is going to be piped along to the process of making the silicon compound, which is going to go into a press in a basin. So I'm trying to think how tall or how high this actually needs to be. And it needs to be at least belt level. So this needs to be belt level as well. So I'm probably going to throw this on a belt. We do need to keep in mind that the faster the belt is, the more of an issue we're going to have. So, how am I going to go? I need to go about making sure this is slow enough to convert these balls. And it does say this is a 12% chance. So this is really going to slow things down if we don't do more than one. I don't know. It all depends. I mean, we are going to be feeding this a lot of sand. Oh, and it needs to be sandstone, which means we need a crafter. We need an auto crafting setup to be able to craft this sand. I'm kind of getting all these processes in my brain. So I'm already getting my feet a little bit wet here working with this. So here's my fan. Now the power is going to come from the bottom of my speed controller. I'm already using the power over here and doing some weird things with it, but the bottom of my speed controller is actually slow. So I'm going to extend this slow speed over to here. So hopefully when this gets finished crafting, it's going to go into the drawer. It's going to drop down here, land on this. It'll be slow enough to slowly creep its way onto the conveyor belt, and hopefully be slow enough to convert it with that 12% before moving on to here. You know what? I could also do a weird thing, you know, where I can speed this up and it not really matter and just put an andesite filter on here. That's a thing I could probably do as well. Yeah, I should probably actually do it that way. So I just got all of my pipes laid down, and yeah, after having to make several more pipes, I decided to go ahead and prep myself for the future. We are just about ready to get this bad boy turned on. I think, yeah, all we got to do is now get the watering part set up, and we're really trucking here as far as this part goes. We might even be able to get to the cart laser, which I know you guys are all really excited for and waiting to see what happens there. So this is basically prepped up. I have that all ready to go. And now, oh, by the way, I'm going to be using a filter here. That's going to be a little bit easier, I think. But we got to get this to the washer, which I believe we can just literally chuck the item onto, and it should roll from that into the next bit. So all I need now is some, I'm going to go with the low extraction modules. I don't think I need anything super crazy here. But all I have to do is turn this on, and we're going to test this out. I'm hoping it doesn't get out of control. Of course, I can always go and shut it off if that's the case. Go ahead and do that. That should start sending. We should start seeing, yep, seeing some sand roll out. Luckily, these have like sort of a buffer thing, which is kind of nice. So if it does back up, it'll be fine. And then we just wait. And we have to wait a little bit. So while we're waiting, there's only one thing that I probably need to do. And that is remove this temporarily until the thing fully drops. That way I can get one to filter out. Because like I said, it's not 100% chance, but I don't think it generates anything. It may just wash away. I did separate this out. I don't know if this is going to work. I'm assuming it's going to go here and then roll off. If this even lets it do its thing on here, I'm not quite sure. We may have to set this up with a belt and figure out a way to work that. And then this right here, I was thinking if it did jump, it lands here. And I was kind of hoping to line it up with this one so it'll make our other processes a little bit easier. All right, here goes the madness. It's doing its craft. It's over here being washed. And oh, it collected with another one. That one disappeared, by the way, I believe. Like, I believe it did wash. Yeah, so that's converted. So that's the thing we need. This right here. Okay. And then we'll put a brass funnel here. And then we need to say, hey, only that should work. Make sure to pull anything out. I guess whatever that was. Oh, it ended up doing the thing. So this won't go in. But this will. Let's try this. As soon as that's done. There it went. It rolled off. And it actually went right in where we need it. Yes, so this actually does work. So now we need to set up the next process, which takes this material and combines it and then utilizes this with a press, right? We need to make sandy chunks. Oh, wait. Yeah, that's what we just produced, right? Sandy chunks. Okay, so I can click this and oh, we need the ball as well. There's the sandy chunks and we end up getting liquid sand, which is there. And this goes down here. Now, how do we make the crystal sand? So this is going to be our next step. Okay, so this requires sandy chunks, but we also need the earth charge. And that's where things are going to get a little bit more complicated as far as crystal sand goes. We have to go all the way up here now to the modern cobblegen. Okay, so that is basalt. So we are going to need soil, and we're going to need blue ice with an igneous extruder. That'll be pretty simple because we can just buy ice, by the way. But this is where things are going to get a little bit more complicated. All right, let's just take a look at this little loop here. So we do need a flux charger, and this needs to be charged. I think it maintains its charge. We'll see what happens there. But we are going to need a rail contraption that is going to take place here because this is where this laser is going to start. So basalt, easily made. Then we go here, obtained by running a flexomagnet with a charge and any amount of basalt through an alchemical laser. Let's start work on this crazy contraption. So I'm collecting some items that I need, but one item that I definitely need to work on is this. So I went ahead and made an orange lamp. I need this particular type of lamp here. And I decided to go with orange because, of course, it's my favorite color. And there we go. So we have the orange. We're going to need some levers. I just want to get this working, like, first of all, like, just to make sure things work. Then we're going to incorporate some redstone stuff. There's some major redstone things that are going to happen here. So I have a controller rail, some rails. Of course, I have my Minecart unloader and loader. That is going to be pretty much essential, I believe, for this to work. Thankfully, we don't have to remake them. We just had them from our last setup. And then I still need all the stuff that is involved with this. I believe it's called Alchemical laser. Yeah, this thing. So we can ponder this again, just to kind of refresh everyone's memory. So yeah, it is an Invar machine with the light that is powered. So the light's powered. Ensure that the light is powered. Interesting. Just it has to always be powered, I guess. This then punches this. So this needs to be powered fast enough to be able to punch it, and then needs to receive a signal to activate that to punch it while there's a cart specifically going over this with these particular items in it. Okay. Good. Now that we're refreshed, I should be able to handle this. So my buddy Dark Fan, he streams over on Twitch. You can find him over there. It's literally Dark Fan, has been playing this, and he is at this point quite far. And I'm kind of taking some design cues off of his setup for this particular thing. And I think I sort of remember it was like he has like a structure that's sort of like this that goes up, but he's shooting it from down. I'm going to kind of figure out my own path from here. As far as how to get the redstone signal and everything moved over, but this should work so long as I have this connected to some sort of power source. I could run the power source and hide it underneath, but run the cart along this, and then at this point on the rail, so let's just say we're running the cart, and at this point, maybe at this section here, it hits that detector rail, sending a redstone signal. This I can set to a specific signal to slow it down. But this detector rail is what's going to set everything off, hopefully. And this laser should be able to fire once punched. And hopefully everything will work. So as far as redstone design goes and everything like that, I think I have this working. Thank goodness, by the way, for redstone alloy, because this actually made this pretty simple. So to keep this off, we need to give it a signal. So that means we need an inverted signal to be able to trigger this. So we have a redstone torch that is bumped up right here. So the detector rail is going to detect the cart. That is the redstone repeater is going to send that into this block, turning off the redstone torch, thus unpowering this, thus allowing this to function and punch this in just enough time to hit this. Now, I only want this going a certain speed, so I don't know exactly what level I want this. I'm going to leave it right here. We're going to have to play around with that. And then I have my unloaders and loader over here that is going to be pulling the items. That's going to be a whole other thing in itself. But if we test this out by pushing the cart, boom, you see it gets hit right at the perfect time, and it does shake. Hopefully that shake means that this setup is going to successfully work. Now remember, most of this design, like I don't know about the redstone and stuff that Dark Fan had going on, but this was basically the general setup for his. So I'm not taking credit for it, that Dark Fan. So be sure to check him out. It's literally Dark Fan over on Twitch. Be sure to check him out. So in order to get the igneous extruder to make some basalt, all I have to do is have the soul sand, or the soul soil, sorry, blue ice, and then the lava right there in this order. I tried it in the other way. It has to be underneath. The soul sand does anyways, or the ice. Either way, I don't know if that actually matters there. But we should now be able to hook up some pipes, and I'm basically going to route pipes like this. And my goal is to have it go into the loader. Now, we have an issue with the unloader, but we should be able to sort this out. I know this has a lot of slots here, but we should be able to only take out the one item. That's the thing that I need to figure out, is how to get it set up so that way we only take out the one item and we don't take out the magnet as well. That's going to be a thing. So I just made the magnet. Now you may be wondering, Chosen, how in the world do you charge this thing up? And that's where the Tinkerer's Workbench actually comes into play. So we see this right here. Let's go ahead and send this some lava. This is going to start charging this up. And if you put this inside here, inside the Tinkerer's Workbench, which is really cheap to make, by the way, that's going to get this thing nice and charged up for us, which is exactly what we want. Now, as soon as it's charged, it should output over here. I don't know if this thing is going to lose charge while it's doing this process. Let's hope not, because that's a whole other thing, getting this back and forth, right? Oh boy, that's going to be fun. So I should be able to open up the cart and put this in here. And then down here, we can go ahead and say, hey, start sending some of those items up into the cart. And as you can see, the loader does a good job of loading. Now, what we can do is we can say right here, output when cart is full. And that should send a redstone signal. Output to comparator, output redstone activation. That's what we want, redstone activation. That should activate that rail and push it over here. And that should do that process. Like once the cart is completely full. So we are right there, and it went too fast. So this is where I think this has to be slowed down. So I think if we set this like all the way down, maybe on 1, we'll see how that works. Now the unloader, as you can see, it unloaded the magnet. Power did not get discharged, nor did this change, because nothing got converted because there's nothing to convert. So I don't want this to dump everything, and I need to figure out how to prevent that from happening. This right here might be the solution to the problem. Leave one item in the minecart slot. So this would leave one item in the minecart slot. Let's go ahead and we'll also set this to output redstone signal. Now let's try this again. I'm going to throw this in here. This should fill the cart. Still going too fast. I wonder if dropping that down would do anything. But as you can see, the items are in there. At least we got this part down. Now we just got to slow the cart down a bit. And that's where the speed rail controller should matter. But we might need to put one here too, to give it some redstone signal to potentially keep this thing slower. Did that work? It looked like it worked. All right, I'm gonna place another rail here just to slow things down. I feel like that may be going too fast. So this is definitely working. Okay, so I think I'm getting close. I'm getting pretty close. So I have this set about 4. Let's feed this. Oh, it worked. I think this can go a little bit faster. I think I can put it on 5 and that would be like the exact timing. Look, it converted the shards. Now, here's the thing. It didn't deposit all of the shards for some reason. I wonder why. Like, I know these I don't have anywhere to go, but let me try this again. This time filling this all the way up. Did that hit? No, that did not. So this actually needs to be ticked down. Maybe 1. Oh boy. It's like fine tuning. It's like we're tuning a guitar right here. There we go. That converted. Still left 2 in there. I don't know why it's doing that. But, oh, our Flexo magnet also is decharging. Huh. So, moment of truth. I've done a lot of work here trying to figure this out. Let's go over it. I know it's not 100% ready to go. think it was right about there. There. So over here, I now have an energetic infuser. It's not upgraded or anything, but it can be. Basically, this is hopefully going to pull out only the magnet. I do have this set up to, it should only pull the magnet out because it's the only thing available in that slot. Let's hope. So as soon as it pulls that out, actually, I don't know if it's going to start pulling the other stuff out. Activate during loading inactivity. Activate output when cart is empty. Output cart contents. Consider all. Oh no. Empty Minecraft slots entirely. How am I going to get this to only output the one item? This is going to be a fun thing. Let's test this out, and that probably will become our issue right there. I need to figure out is how to actually get the one item that I need out of that loader. But for right now, I can put the magnet in. I can push it along. It'll hopefully fill. Do its thing. It looks like it dropped one item. For some reason, this has not decided. Ooh, this looks like it might have worked though. Okay, so I think this might actually work. So the reason this isn't on because it doesn't have the pipe upgrade in. There it goes. Oh, please don't get up there. Go. And then it charged. Filled. Is back in here, but unfortunately it's not loaded, nor is it charged all the way. What do I need to set this to? Output cart contents? Maybe? Like, seriously, you got these guys are the worst. There's nothing, you're not even offering anything. Oh, all right, I gotta get rid of them. All right, and then for some reason, this is saying activate output when cart is full. Let's set this to cart contents. That did a weird thing. It didn't. Ah, okay. This one's really confusing me. So here's where I should have read first, instead of just jumping in and thinking I know exactly what I'm going to do. Hopefully this, by the way, doesn't affect the redstone. Yeah, hopefully the redstone doesn't affect that. Anyways, this, I should have read this first. So the magnet is going to head into here now that it's charged. And I don't know if I can define this as specifically only pull out when it's at this charge level. Maybe I can. We'll find out. But I now have this particular one. I have two loaders and one unloader, and I think this is going to work better. Because this is how it's telling me to do it here. I should have just read this. So I have a loader that's going to first put the magnet into the cart. Then we load the basalt until the cart's full. Then it gets smacked through our laser system. Then it lands over here and then empties everything, and we have everything split. So that way our other output goes over here. Hopefully this works, by the way. And then everything else gets routed back over here once the magnet's done. I have this slowing the cart down quite a bit. Hopefully it makes it here. If not, I'll speed it up. But we need to make sure that we give it enough time, and I might need to put an upgrade in here to do that, to speed up the magnet, so that way it gets here on time. That's the only way this is going to work, if I do that and give it time. Otherwise, things are going to get messed up again, and I'm going to be repeating the same process over and over again. So let's hope that this process works. So that loaded, ran through, dumped, slowed down, not enough time. Oh, wait. Okay, so this is going to stop until it gets the magnet. Gonna load back up again. I think this works. This 100% is now automated. Now, I noticed it didn't 100% charge it. So I think all I got to do is I definitely have to put some stuff in here. Yeah, it's slow enough and does the job, but I'm definitely gonna have to get an upgrade inside of this to charge it. Let's go do that. Dropping this bad boy in with a piece of redstone. And voila, hopefully, I mean, I'm hoping this is fast enough. This is going to definitely, it should charge 4 times faster as well. That's the idea anyways. And of course, this is going to get stuck here because it's waiting to fill this entire thing up with basalt. Oh boy. Like, I don't have a problem with it waiting because it seems like it produces a lot of these shards, which is kind of nice. And I routed this here so it's belt level so I could just have this belted off if need be. But then I gotta cover all this up. I think I lost a lot of dirt because I was just tossing items all over the ground as I was trying to get this to work. Also, this thing does a little bit of damage to you when it fires, but oh, this is cool. Especially once we get this thing wrapped and like turned into a building. It'd be pretty awesome. How far is it? Oh, it's so close. And there it went. Slows down just enough. It's already found its way, and I think it is fully charged. This time? No, it wasn't fully charged. Interesting. How can I define it? To maybe I should put a slower extraction module on it. It doesn't seem like it was fully charged at all, or it didn't even seem like it even had a chance to charge it. So after doing a bit more research on how these pipes work, all I had to do was put the data filter. This has to be the one that's in here. I tried the damage filter, that doesn't work, but the data filter definitely does work, and I set it to be full, and so now it only allows it once it is completely full. Went ahead and also sped this upgrade, put an upgrade in this, sped it up. So now this is a bit faster, the cart fills up faster, and this whole process is now fully automated. And I could leave it running, or I could turn it off whenever need be, but I'm probably just going to put a filter on here since the only thing this really requires is power. So leaving it running is not a big deal. Well, guys, of course, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I do, however, want to give a huge shout out to the sponsor of today's video. And that is going to go to, if I can place that block right, that is going to be a huge thanks. That's going to Jeffrey. Thank you so much for your amazing support over on the Discord. And of course, guys, if you are interested in becoming a Discord premium member, or you just want to join the Discord, all you gotta do is go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect. And we do even have a public SMP over there, which I'd love for you to join. I've been having a blast playing over there. And of course, with today being a Friday, you should check the live stream. It's twitch.tv/ChosenArchitect, where I do live stream over there. And of course, I will be playing on the SMP server. So of course, if you want the IP, it's over on the Discord. And guys, of course, be sure to click that subscribe button. I put a lot of work in these videos, and it really makes me feel good when you guys show that support to me as well by clicking that subscribe button. So of course, guys, I hope to see you in the next one. And as always, thanks for watching.